There's music playing in my headphones.
Every time you look me in the eyes, catch me stare across the room, melt me inside. I'm a paralyzed, baby, take me off the floor. These are the moments, these are the moments. Whoa.
Let's not talk about it on the air. Welcome. This is Howie Mandel Does Stuff. I'm Howie Mandel.
I'm Jacqueline Schultz.
And today our guest is Joel McHale. Let's hear it for Joel. Joel, I've been a fan of for a long time. Joel, you'll know from Community. Joel, you'll know from Talk Soup or The Soup. I don't know if it was Talk Soup.
No, it was Talk Soup.
I think it was just a soup.
No, it was
Community, you'll know him. He's got a couple of shows. He's got a show on Fox and a show on E right now. He's one of the nicest, funniest, wittiest guys. He's on that Stargirl show, you know, and what an opportunity to get a chance to talk to him. And basically, that's all.
Now we're really on.
Real opportunity for you.
It is. It is an opportunity. And since I've known you,
Yes?
I gotta say, you have been buffing up. Like when I first met you.
I've always been this way. Come on.
No, you have not. What happened? Like why? What? I mean, it's
hear you.
really good, but I mean, it's a choice.
Can you put your microphone closer?
It's fine.
Okay.
For those that don't know, and we can play the clip now.
I don't want to amplify this shit.
That's what they're telling me in the background.
They are telling you?
Yes.
Well, let me just say before I gave you all your. I talked about Community. We've already talked about Stargirl. We talked
Without
about,
me in the room?
Yeah, we talked about
the hell?
celebrity beef. We talked about. Well, I didn't know that you're not doing the podcast. You haven't done a podcast in the last
not in
year
a while,
with Ken.
so.
We've covered everything. What
we've-
is it you want to talk about now?
I want to talk about this bookshelf of. I didn't realize you had more canceled shows than I did.
I do.
That is incredible.
I am probably the most.
My
canceled.
dad is the king of cancel.
Yeah.
Is this your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my daughter.
I had no idea.
I just found
Really?
out.
I've never
This is the
met your
first
daughter.
time.
You've just found out?
What a way to find out.
Who's
we
mom?
have met, by the way.
When did we meet?
It could be one of anybody.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything. So when did we meet?
We've met once before here, when you were here, and then I also went to one of your shows, and I met you.
She's a big fan.
Back out in like Thousand Oaks or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a while.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah. I remember hearing that Howie was in the audience and I got very nervous.
Really?
I
Yeah.
wasn't.
You weren't there. He wasn't there. He wasn't
Howie's
with
daughter.
God damn it.
Howie's daughter was there.
Oh. Then
I don't go out
Did we
in
get you
public.
free tickets?
No, I think I paid.
We paid.
That is
Howie's
a
daughter
baller
was
move.
there for full price to
It was.
see. She
But
gives
that
to the
goes to show
community.
you I'm a huge fan.
God bless you for
Yeah.
remembering.
She's,
that was before community. That was Soup Days. Those
Yeah,
were
it was
like,
a
that was
Soup.
like 2007.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm old.
she's
Yeah,
old.
you're
She's got,
old.
She
Okay,
is.
yeah.
She's got 2 kids.
Look at Howie and I.
Well, not as old as you
We
guys.
look like we had
she's
beef
closer.
jerky laid
she's
over
closer to your age than she is to mine. How old
Well,
are you?
I'm 50.
She is closer to your age.
I'm
well-
almost 40.
You are?
Yeah.
Wow, Howie.
I'm going to be 67 this year.
Well, it works out great because you haven't had a single hair on your body for about the last 30 years, so no one can tell how old you are. It's really smart.
Nair.
No, that's not Nair.
Nair.
I mean, you'd smell it.
You could smell Nair?
Yeah.
Nair smells terrible.
Is there
Nair-
still Nair?
Oh, Nair, I think it was developed by the military.
To get rid of the enemy's hair?
Well, a lot of them were very hairy.
They are. Those
and
are the people
they're
we
not
don't like.
presentable.
You're right. You're right.
Congrats on your empire here.
It's not an empire, but it
There's
is.
you haven't got folks listening at home, or I don't know how many listeners you have.
We have over. There's. What number are we in Croatia, guys?
2.
32.
32.
32 in Croatia.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But you have so you grew up with. I mean, you were born recently, and
Yeah.
were you
37 years ago.
were you on St. Elsewhere when you were born?
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you always grew up around this famous person, this OCD maniac.
Yeah.
I say that because I'm the same way. But you seem incredibly well adjusted.
Well,
No,
then
I'm
you're
not-
not
you don't
good at
know
reading
me.
people.
You don't
are
know me
shitty
well.
at
You didn't
reading
have
people.
like crazy birthday parties where like we brought a stampede of ponies for you, and we brought in an actual castle to be. Did you do?
No,
things
she
like
remembers things that she had and happened in her life that didn't actually happen. She has a vivid imagination that she can't really tell the difference between. She always talks about how we gave away her horse. She's never had a horse.
I did have a horse.
No, you didn't.
I remember.
What was
No,
the
look
horse's
when you
name?
brought it up. Yeah, what was your
What was the
horse's?
horse's
What's your
name?
horse's?
Starlight.
Starlight. Okay.
She didn't have
Named
a horse.
after the character on The Boys.
It's wrong.
No.
So you had
Rainbow Bright.
You had
Rainbow
okay, but
Bright.
you had like a imaginary horse.
No. Well,
It's
not
imaginary.
to me.
How old were you when you lost the horse?
It was on my birthday.
22.
No, it was
She was
on
heavy into drugs.
Here's what I'm saying: is that you seem very well adjusted. There's not a lot of like face tattoos.
I talked her out of her one tattoo she wanted to get.
What was it?
It was a hibiscus.
Deal or no deal?
No, it's a hibiscus flower with tribal on the side on my lower back.
How much you have to pay? That was a smart.
Yeah.
That's not the one I talked you out of.
Oh, the other one. No, that one I might still get. A camel on my toe.
Okay. Hilarious.
That one I might get.
Right.
Hilarious for what? A month?
Yeah, and then that's
Can you imagine as a comedian, you have one joke that you just keep telling over and over, and it doesn't even last the whole set.
it's.
I have a camel on my toe. Get it? Camel toe. I have a camel on my toe. Get it? Camel toe.
I have
a
social
camel on my
anxiety.
toe. Get it? Camel toe.
You know, when you say
I
it
have
like
a
that, it
camel on
actually-
my toe.
it's
Get
pretty
it?
good.
Camel toe.
It's pretty good,
I have a
actually.
camel on my toe.
Dad.
Get it? Camel toe. Well, that's how annoying it would be to have a camel on my toe. Camel toe. It doesn't work.
You're right.
Anyway, I want to say,
If he does that again, just guarantee you're getting it. Just like if you do, then you can threaten him.
how
with
old are
that.
your kids now?
17 and 14.
So are they talking of tattoos?
No, I think.
Or maybe they have one and you just don't know.
Well, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like they're like that's what older people do, and it's like why would we do all those things the older people do? You know?
Do you have tattoos?
I don't have any.
Does your wife?
No, I still haven't found a good enough one to put on, and because I see sweaters that I loved and thought I'll never ever not wear this sweater, and it's been years since I wear that sweater, so I'm like I probably would get tired of that.
So you think of tattoos are like sweaters?
Yes.
Wow.
I can't think of anything that I would put on there. They're like, what about your family? I was like, then it looks like they've been killed.
A lot of the people that are in our production office are totally covered in tattoos.
Well, yes, of course. They're young. They're not
You just
17
said-
and 14, but they're older than that. But same thing with weed dispensaries where I was like, guys, if you're doing that, I want to know, but I want you to know that. And they're like, what are you talking about? You old people do that shit.
well, your kids don't smoke weed.
Not yet. I'm trying to get them to do it.
To come with you?
Yeah. Well, I haven't done it in a very long time.
You haven't done that in a long time.
Not since
I want to
this
say that Joel, this was supposed to be. You're not listening to this live or watching this live. You showed up early.
I was told 12 o'clock.
Then we went late on another. You walked into
Oh,
the
yeah,
middle of
but the
another
guys,
podcast.
Yeah, no. I saw the band doing the extended version of Dazed and Confused. That was great.
No, it was a good song.
You
I
don't
love
like
them.
Dazed and Confused?
I do, but Jeremy will put up the clip of you just wandering around aimlessly.
I hope so, because I was like, oh shit, I'm late, and I know that Howie. I heard you have some OCD, and I thought he's gonna be pissed.
I
And
was told you were coming at 12:30.
who the fuck runs?
We're
this
a
place?
well-oiled machine.
Caroline, you can go on the thing. Didn't you say, wrap it up? I have a text from you. Joel's going to be here soon.
Yeah.
Okay. And as
You're throwing her under the bus.
there is no bus.
Yeah, because you would never get onto it.
I would not get on
Yeah,
a bus. I
that's-
have OCD.
When was the last time you flew commercial?
Oh, I don't. But I'm not going anywhere. So it's not even that I'm.
What if like a sweet gig came up in like Turkmenistan?
Where?
Turkmenistan? It's very far away.
But
I
there's
haven't
probably
heard of-
it's so far away that there would probably be a problem going there. So I wouldn't go.
You wouldn't go.
I wouldn't go.
Even if they offered a private jet.
Oh, private jet, maybe I'd go. Well, I don't know. I don't want to go.
Multiple
I'm really
stops.
nervous about traveling. And I'm nervous about comedy now.
What do you mean?
I'm nervous that I'm going to get canceled.
I'm going to cancel you today. You'll see it's fine.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I've almost been canceled a couple times this
He
year.
touched me.
This week.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. See what I mean?
It was consensual.
Yeah.
You tried to hug me and I
Yeah,
stayed
but
away.
you were in a position of power.
You were the touchy one. I saw it out there before the show. You were trying to go in for
Oh,
a
yeah.
hug.
Wait a
That's my
minute.
power
You,
move.
t-
Yeah.
you
That's not
touched my daughter?
No, I was touching
No,
you.
you.
Dominant.
You.
Okay. All right. But that's isn't that good clickbait? Just that line that I just said?
You're the daughter thing?
You touched my daughter? We'll get a lot of people watching this podcast.
That's
this
great.
episode.
This is being broadcast.
Not yet.
How many podcasts have you done together?
Let me look it up. Do you guys know? It says on the cover of each
Maybe
of them.
80.
Wait, when's the last time you did stand up
76.
live?
76.
76. Okay.
This is
Very
the 76th episode that we've done together.
Very
and we did a lot
patriotic.
more. Oh, yes. 1776. That's when this country, I know that, even though I'm Canadian. But
What part of Canada?
Toronto. I know your mom's Canadian, right?
She is.
She's from Vancouver.
She is.
Yeah.
New Westminster.
I didn't know that.
There you go.
I know a lot of stuff.
Have you been to Calgary,
Yes.
Regina,
Yes.
Winnipeg?
Yeah.
You guys
Yellowknife?
tour. You probably
Yellowknife?
all
How
go
about
to
Yellowknife? You've
I
been
have.
up there?
I have.
You've been there. You've been to the Yukon?
You know what? Let's just keep naming obscure Canadian cities until I don't.
How about Nova Scotia?
I'm
You been
now
there?
33 in Croatia. I just dropped one level.
They're very interested.
Really?
Who's the biggest, most famous guest you've had? Denzel Washington. Let's say it together.
No, he won't come on.
I get
You
it.
didn't ask him. Did you,
get
ask
it?
him?
No. You know, I worked with him for 6 years.
I was unaware.
You are unaware?
I just brought up St. Elsewhere. Of course I know that.
Oh,
You guys have very parallel careers.
me and Denzel?
I
You're
know
like
you
the
don't.
same person.
You might have more money, though.
Then Denzel?
I would say so.
No.
Look up Denzel's net worth.
What is Denzel's net worth?
You'd
Look
be
it up on the
surprised.
board. Here we go.
There we
Denzel's. It's not. It's a Z. Denzel's net worth. Denzel Washington net worth. It's right there. It's right there. Click on it.
250 million.
Okay, 250 million. So let's just say, because when you have that, because when it says 250 million, you literally can swing it either way.
Right.
It can be 50 below that or 50 above that.
Is that what you always do? Like when you look at yours, you
my,
always go.
my
It's
net
within
worth has been the same since like 2008.
but you're
what-
within. But it's all.
It's not now.
If they look at your net worth, it's
Let's look.
correct within 50 million, right? Is
it's
that what you're
within
saying?
50 million, absolutely.
That's what you're
yes.
saying. I get it.
So, but you have.
no, he's got a lot more than me. He's got a lot more than me.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. When did you look in my bank account? He does.
Yeah.
14.
That
You're
that
14.
is from like 2008.
Within
so
50
you're 50
million.
more.
So he's got
It's within 50 million, definitely.
$64 million.
No, I have negative 11 million now at this point.
Okay, I was asking you, and I want to get back to it.
I can ask-
You became serious about working out.
No,
Yeah, you
I
weren't
always have worked out, and I'm not
Really?
kidding. When I got to Hollywood, I was like 225 pounds, and I'm not kidding.
You were a football player, right?
Yes, thank you for saying that. Thanks. You hear that, guys?
Weren't you
All
a
right.
college football player? You
Yes.
were a walk-on.
A terrible college football player. I was a mascot, basically.
Tight
but
end.
Very good. Wow. Yep. Somebody check the
You
Wikipedia
did your research.
page.
You did
You
your
did.
research today.
Here's the thing about Howie, though, is he actually does care. It's weird because I've been on other podcasts where they're like, and then you were in Spider-Man 2. So what was that like? I'm like, that was in 2004.
You played the banker,
Very good. And
right? The
yeah.
bank guy?
But then they're like, and then you get, but they just go down the list.
You know what's weird? Like when I heard that you were in Stargirl, you know, in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't do a lot of it.
You thought I was Stargirl?
No, I thought I you know, I'm on this show called America's Got Talent, and
I think it's America Has Got Talent.
still has. Anyway, the point is, one of my golden buzzers is this young girl, Grace Vanderwall,
Yes.
who's in a Disney movie called Stargirl, and I
Yes.
went, oh, she's working with Joel.
No, it's a separate thing.
I didn't know.
There you
I
go.
didn't know. I did not know that. I
Jeff
just-
Johns, who used to run DC, created this. And he left. He left to do this, so it's his own.
He left the other Stargirl to do this Stargirl.
That was not his Stargirl.
Mhm.
Would you like to be on it?
Are you offering me a part?
Yes.
What could I be? I've done a.
We can offer you $250 million.
Wow.
So you're
You know,
saying you
I was
don't
in a-
have
I was in a
250 million?
DC
You have close to 250 million.
No, I
you
don't.
Must.
I don't. I was a DC character.
Which one?
Mix-a-Picklick. Mix-Picklick. On,
were?
on yeah, look up Howie Mandel Mix-Picklick. MX
There's
on
Donald.
Superman. Howie Mandel Superman put.
Was
on-
it an animated character?
No, live action.
Howie Mandel's.
Superman. No, Superman. What was it called on TV with Dean? What was his name?
Dean Martin?
No, and Terry.
Gross?
No.
Great.
Dean Cain, yes. And
Oh,
there I am.
Lois and
Look,
Clark.
Lois and Clark. That's no. Go to the second picture. That's me.
There it is.
How do I say the new adventure?
What's the name of the?
That was my character. I was a bad guy.
Look at all the hair.
Look at your sleeves.
Yeah, and then there was Nair. Yes, I had the.
Let's look up Howie Mandel net worth.
No.
Yeah.
I think we've done this
Wait,
on another
have
episode
you looked up mine?
too.
Why can't we look yours?
You can look up mine. Go look up mine. Look
Look up
mine.
Mr.
So
Pickwick's-
yours was 14.
No, it's
but
but
you
that
could slip
mine
50,
has not
65. I think you have $65 million.
I wish I had $65 million.
I think you do.
You have $60 million.
Oh, but take.
Oh.
You give or take
Oh.
Salary is $70,000 a year.
Yes, $70,000 a year I make on this podcast.
Per episode. it
Yeah,
says.
here's what's Howie. Here's what's amazing about you, among multiple things, is that you have been famous for 40 years at least.
Yes.
45 years.
Infamous.
And I think we can all agree that is a hard thing to do, right? To stay. I mean, this is a marathon,
keep working.
right? It's an ultra marathon. To keep working, you're still on incredibly popular shows. Your daughter
lucky.
actually likes you.
You weren't for a chunk.
I wasn't. Right before Deal or No Deal, I was quitting the business.
What do you mean quitting?
Like he was done.
I was done. I wasn't doing anything. And
What do you mean not? You were just like moping around the house?
Are you doing your podcast or mine?
I
Do you want me to tell you?
I'm gonna. Ken's showing up pretty soon.
Yes.
I
You could
feel like
about
it's
Ken.
okay for me to be fascinated by. Like you're a very famous person.
I'll
that-
tell you the truth. The truth is that right before that's 2005, I have more failed pilots, not even that didn't even get to air than you can even imagine. I had everything.
I've seen all the memorabilia.
Yeah,
from them.
it's memorabilia of my failures I have behind me.
I have the same thing in my house.
I got a warehouse. I didn't want them where I live.
Yeah, and that's the deer that you hit with your car, right?
No, that's a talking deer.
Yeah. it's
What's he
still alive.
saying? What's he saying?
What did it say?
What did he say?
Is it? That's amazing.
not
that,
talking
that,
again.
that thing
Not talking.
can derail a conversation like that.
Yeah.
What an amazing.
It's not saying anything. I thought he could talk.
So you were
Okay.
out of the business, and then NBC.
You know,
were like,
in the
Ben
80s
Silverman was like, "Please do Deal or No."
In the 80s, I blew up in the early 80s, and then by 2005, I was going from comedy club to comedy club, empty comedy club to empty comedy club.
Were they
I
open
was-
at that point?
No, I like wandering,
All
and I had I was sitting in folding chairs in casting offices, reading for 5 lines and under, and then I got a call from. I'll tell this really quickly. I got a call.
I am fascinated by this, and please take your time telling it. I am not kidding.
I know you see me.
am
I know you're
not
not kidding.
kidding.
I know you're not kidding.
I love this shit.
I would love to go on somebody else's podcast and I don't have to say anything and let them tell 2-hour stories.
All right, so
Okay.
you're reading under 5 lines. You're like, I was the star of St. Elsewhere. I had a huge stand-up career, and it's all going away.
Come sit here.
All right. Wait, can I touch your headphones?
Yeah.
Aren't they all? Don't they have to be
nothing's
sanitized?
He's medicated.
A guest on my own show. Joel McHale. Howie Mandel guests on Wow.
I wish I had some.
What's it like working with my daughter?
She's delightful, except for all the systemic racism she spews out all the time.
Great. Now I'm canceled.
No,
No, I'm not going to say it. I'm just, saying that maybe read a couple books.
All right. Thank you.
So, Howie, wow, the headphones are way better. My voice is popping in this. It's great. Not popping in the sound booth bad way, but in a good way. So, Howie,
yeah.
you're reading. You're like, I'm out because I'm not getting any roles.
Well, I had done. I as you know, I invest in other things because I didn't trust.
You invested in your family.
That's right.
You raised sensible children.
Well, you
He
don't know
raised
that
a
yet.
co-host
I raised a co-host,
Again.
so he could keep working.
and I only have to do half the work for one thing, right?
Yeah, I mean,
And I'm not even co-hosting.
No, I can.
I'm
This is going to be
guesting.
great. So, it's 2005.
Yeah. And I get a call. I said, this is so fucking horrible. It really is. It's a horrible business. It's a hard business. And
It's no joke.
no, and it's humiliating and it's tough and it keeps getting tougher. And I go, I don't need this at this point in my life. So I was in my mid 40s and I get a call from my manager and goes, NBC would love you to be the host of a game show. Before he even got game show out, I hung up the phone.
Right.
And if
then you sanitized it.
it's always sanitized before I pick it up.
Oh, well done.
You don't have to
What
sanitize.
about those, the bacteria that works so quick it just fuses itself once plastic touches skin?
What? What
You
bacteria
guys
is
haven't
that?
heard of that?
No.
I just made it
Don't.
up.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
oh my God.
Yeah, it's They have.
Because I'm a spokesperson for ISSA.
What's that?
I don't know.
Oh,
Google it.
yes.
Google it.
I remember them.
ISSA is the cleaning.
The cleaning
The
people.
cleaning people.
How much do they pay you?
We can Google it. You don't have to put my name. Just put down the ISSA. Just ISSA, Worldwide Cleaning Industry Association. International Sanitary Supply Association.
Oh, it's a sanitary. So
I am the face of that.
Yeah.
Of the international sanitary supply, because people don't know how to clean, and I am going to change the world of cleanliness. They're based in Washington, and I am now the spokesperson for them.
But you get paid for it, right?
Just, you know what pay for me?
What
clean. As long as I know that the world is
Liar.
cleaner.
He got paid
Yeah,
for
of
it.
course he
got
gets paid. He gets paid every year to do it. It's fine. It's okay.
So in 2005, they said, would you like to do a game show? I hung up the phone because at that time, no comedian had done a game show. The game show, us whose currency is irony, the game show host was the punchline.
For whatever reason, it didn't make any sense because so many game show hosts throughout history have been marvelously talented, and for whatever reason, they were the bottom of the barrel. And it's like, if you did that, you can't do anything else.
For a
it was
comedian,
really weird. Well,
the only one, the last one who did it before that was Groucho Marx, who did it brilliantly on You Bet Your Life, which I think Jay is doing now. I don't know.
No, there was multiple hosts. I mean,
comedians.
No, I'm not saying comedian. I'm just saying a game show host, a person that was put into that category. We're always I always thought they were very funny and very good, but for whatever reason in our silly business, it was like the same thing. We're like, oh, you do TV, you can't ever do movies,
right?
And unless you get unless you become Michael J. But that only happens once in a while.
But I felt like I was being humiliated, and then I didn't want this kick in the ego anymore, and I wanted to get out. And to get this call saying you want to be a game show was going to be the nail in the coffin of my career. So I said no, and I hung up the phone. And then they called back a minute later, and they said, no, this is not like you think. This is bigger than anything. This is going to be, and they've never done this before. NBC is going to give 5 nights to primetime hours, and they're going to launch it. And it's a huge game all over the world. And I went, are you fucking kidding me? No, that's even more of a reason I can be humiliated 10 times more than I think.
On a gigantic scale.
At 4 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe nobody's going to see it, but on a gigantic scale.
But it was prime time.
He calls me back the last time. They can't do it without you. Can he just show you the game?
And he is who? Ben Silverman?
It turned out to be Rob Smith, who was at a company called Endemol. I was at Jerry's Deli in the Valley, and I said, I'm not going anywhere, but if he wants to show up, I'll sit here. I'm having soup.
You're like, I'm having enough corned beef to...
Soup.
That's it. You're having
Isn't that weird?
That's all he ever...
Soup. Isn't that weird that you're here today and I'm telling the soup story?
Amazing. Camel toe.
Yeah.
Tattoo.
Okay. So he shows up, and I thought I was being punked because he shows up with this board. It looked like a 7-year-old had done an after-school project. He made 26 squares.
You have the board here.
I'll show you the board after,
You took the board home.
He takes everything home. Do you see this warehouse?
I'm a hoarder.
Yeah.
With some real estate.
Well, the good thing about your hoarding is that it's all very clean. Because a lot of hoarders, it gets pretty rough.
You're right.
Yeah.
You always find...
We used to make fun of them on the soup when it was you felt bad. And then I didn't feel bad.
But I like how you say that the hoarding room is half full. That's how you think of it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
I like the people that hoard animals. That gets real.
No, I don't like that.
You'd love to go over there. No, I feel that's going all in on your hoarding skills. And we're like, I'm going to definitely need 600 rabbits on my property. That's the only way I'm going to feel
Don't you have a lot of animals?
We have 3 dogs and a rabbit.
Who told me pig? You told me pig. Do you have a pig?
No.
No.
I mean, I ate it.
It's a lie.
last
She
night.
just tells me lies.
No, Caroline does research, but not, she just does general research, but not about anybody that's coming in.
No.
She said
was
somebody
like,
has a pig.
Somebody.
Ask Joel
somewhere.
about it.
We have a minotaur.
What? Go ahead. Oh, she wants to redeem herself.
No, I saw you brought pigs on Kelly Clarkson and then penguins too.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I own them.
Yeah, but you own pigs.
I never said that.
Okay.
No.
Now we know.
Well, it's because on Kelly, I was like,
I saw him on a show with Ken Jeong. He doesn't own him.
Wow. But I.
What?
Yes.
But you do own the rabbit.
Is that wrong? Did I say
I
something
do own
wrong?
the rabbit. No, of course not.
Oh.
You're.
I'm so
That's
nervous.
it.
That's
This
why I
is
don't
it.
like comedy anymore. To be honest with you.
I can't get enough of it.
You really like stand-up?
I feel like when I hear stand-up say, you can't do comedy, I'm like, I don't know. I feel like it's perfectly fine. I'm having a good time out there.
and that's the problem. If I want to have a good time, I am behooven to networks and brand campaigns.
He's in the same boat as you.
I know, but have you never said anything and you came close to getting canceled?
Not that I know of. Here's why. I'm not as famous as you. See? I'm less famous, so people don't care as much.
Are you on social media as much? Probably not, right? He's posting like 8 times a day on
I don't
every
do that.
platform.
I post like once every few days.
Oh.
But
That's why.
most of it is
There's
food.
the deal or no deal card.
You took it off the
You
wall.
had it framed.
Yeah.
Well, because this shitty little card, which was in Jerry's, I thought I was being punked. He brought this little card in.
Wow.
And these things, and he goes, okay, pick one of the squares. And he goes,
Oh,
don't
so
tell me what it
he
is.
played the game. But
There is no fucking game. You know there's no game. There's no
I
skill.
know there's no game. It's opening, as we said on the soup, which is like opening containers with Howie Mandel.
Right.
Uh,
You were right. It wasn't even a joke.
right, but it still is gambling. But that said, this does not communicate the scale of the show.
Well, the point is, if you're looking at the picture, I say, look at this shit little thing. And then 2 weeks. Well, let me tell you the story, and then because I'm going to ruin the end. So
You're not. You don't have to. There's nothing to ruin. You're doing great. It's
No,
just
this is not about being
it doesn't have,
canceled.
but like I'm going to nail this. Like it's not a
I'm gonna
talk
tell
show.
a good story
It's a great story. I just want you to be you.
on my podcast.
Yes. You're great. People care.
I don't understand what's going
ISSA. So
ISSA. That's cleaning.
I know it's very exciting.
Okay.
So wait, but this does not
don't
show that. Okay, go ahead. So I don't.
Well,
know
it
the ending.
doesn't. So the guy says to me, we need you to do this show. I go, I don't know. He goes, we can't do it without you. And this is such a big commitment and worldwide success. It's already has. America's the last country to get on board. And I go home and I say to she goes, are you going to do it? And I go, I don't think so. She goes, you know what, Howie? Take the deal. Just do it. Just to do it because you're miserable. You're at home. You're miserable. And I go, this is going to be so embarrassing. So I call some of my friends. I call back to NBC.
You called Denzel?
I don't think he takes my calls.
You don't try to call him. When is the last time you tried to call him? Maybe he would.
Did you call
You wanna
the
see if he could
Did you
take
call the
my
voice of Kit?
Do you have his number?
No, he doesn't. I don't think he likes me anymore. You know, I took his spot on oh no, that was the guy driving Kit.
You mean Hasselhoff?
Hasselhoff, I took his seat on AGT.
Yeah. Why?
This is the most in-depth.
I want to know these things. We are interested in them.
And the voice of Kit is Bill Daniels.
Right.
Who I
That just
worked
came
with.
to you. And he's a nice man.
He is. Did you work with him?
No.
He was in my favorite movie. Besides,
He was a Bridge Over River Kwai?
that's not my favorite movie.
Beethoven?
The Graduate.
Very good movie.
Yeah. He said plastics. That was his line. Anyway, the thing is that I phoned back to NBC and I said, I'll do it. When do you shoot? And this is a Friday. They said Monday. And I go, wait, don't you have to build a set? And they go, we got it built. I go, well, don't you have to hire 26 models? They're there.
So
how
we're just getting him out of
down the list was I? How
That's
many
why they
people
needed you.
said no to this job?
Here's the revelation. The soup had just started, and they asked me to do that.
Is that real?
No.
Oh, there's
No,
so many lies.
But for a moment, she believed it, and then Howie's like, wait a minute.
I'm gullible.
No, he wasn't the first host.
What?
Were you the
No,
first?
the
No,
soup.
the soup.
Oh,
Soup was different than talk soup.
oh, right.
Right.
Was it?
No, I'm saying it would be, I was asked to do Deal or No Deal. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I get the jokes.
I know. But this didn't
I'm
show
holding for a laugh
But this
for the
didn't
people at
show
home.
the scale of the show, right? Did they show you the set? Because the show, like, you
Are
know,
pigs hard to raise?
yes, I lose
He
them. I constantly eat them.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
You raise them to a certain point, and then slow roast.
Do you eat rabbit?
I
You
do.
You own rabbit.
I do. I do like rabbit a lot.
Anyway, the thing is that
You didn't take the show because this stood out to you. You took the show because mom wanted you out of the house.
right. So
But I had a question for you also, because you hadn't
So-
been working in years?
a long time,
And
nothing
were-
successfully.
What about money? Were you like,
No, I do well.
It would be nice to have a big check, but you're not one of those people, because I am desperate. I think every job I take is the last one.
So do I from the first job I had, and that's why I have always invested and I've always been involved in other businesses. I tell this to people.
Right, but in the back of your mind, but you were able to take years off, you're saying, and the investment's just paid.
Well, I'm in business. I do business.
Well, I do business too. And
what business are you in?
Hold on. Before we get to that.
Why won't you answer a question? Why do I have to answer questions on my own podcast?
No, we'll talk about investments and stuff like that.
He's not answering questions.
I am saying.
This is not a
like an actor
podcast.
or a comedian, do you because this is what I have, this desperate feeling. I'm like, well, this is
my last one.
Yeah, this is the last one.
So finally I leaned into that.
Right.
And I said, I don't want that hell.
Just like, get out of the house. It wasn't just that. It was like, they're going to write a pretty huge check right out of the gate for doing this show.
No, they weren't even offering me a lot of money.
No.
Yeah.
They absolutely did.
No? Well, not enough to say I'm going to like...
But you taped how many episodes in what period of time?
6 episodes.
6 episodes in 3 or 4 days?
They did, what was it, 1 episode, 2 episodes a day? Is somebody here that was with me?
Right.
So 3 or 4 days.
No, all those people are
4
so
days.
old they've passed away. But
you're right. That's why they're tattooed and old.
These are their grandchildren who are so great that they're here. They can talk about the old days. But because I think that's the secret about game shows is that you can tape them so quickly and you get paid well.
Right. But it wasn't about the pay, and they weren't paying me phenomenally.
Wasn't your wife just a little bit like, hey, and it's a pretty damn good check? So
no, not the money. It was more about getting me out of the house. I'm really annoying. Can you tell?
At no point it was anybody arguing the opposite.
What?
So then Deal or No Deal explodes. And thank you for all the clips because we use them constantly on the Soup.
You're welcome.
It worked out great.
Thank you. For you.
I made money off you. Thank you. And then what was the next job after that?
No, you're not letting me finish the story.
I feel. Do you feel? Okay, go ahead.
You said take your time.
And
I
now
did.
You're
rushing the story into another.
I didn't
story.
realize it would be like this was a train that once you ask a question, we're like, all right, we've stopped the train. We've all gotten our luggage off. Now, what would you like to ask before the train continues?
No, we can.
This is the last time I'm doing your podcast.
That's what you think. Wait till you see the money offer. And the ISSA definitely is going to get some time on here.
Doesn't matter. Okay. And anyway, it blew up. I'll let you go. It blew up.
No.
And then
Hold on one
I want to
second.
hear a thank you. You did Card Sharks. Why do you think they called a comic for Card Sharks? Why do you think Steve Harvey is working? Why do you think the next person that
It's
got
because
called?
of you.
I know.
Yeah, but if
own
I
the
could
one.
just pause. Fresh pressed juices are some of the finest juices on the planet.
They're not
Roots
a sponsor.
One.
They're not a sponsor.
I'm just guys. This is what we do. How we sell stuff. Anyway, I love the Roots
have no
One.
sponsor.
It's super tasty.
We don't have a
and
single sponsor. You know.
We don't have a sponsor.
None.
They were just putting. They just held up. They said pressed commercial.
More lies. He's just like, you know what we learned about Joel today?
Nothing.
Liar. He's
Right
a
now,
liar.
if you want to get the entire DVD set of St. Elsewhere, it's available.
We don't have a sponsor. What
Okay.
about your podcast? Do you have a sponsor? Why'd you stop doing it?
We had no sponsor. Hold on, but we'll get to that. But then I'm not. I think you should definitely take credit for what you did.
I just did.
It was the beginning of
comics on
everybody being
games.
able to do stuff.
Comics doing games.
Yeah, and I did Card Sharks, which was promptly canceled. Thanks a lot. And
Deal or No Deal is canceled. So what do you feel? So bad about?
but it was.
I made
it
a
was
fortune.
big. Yeah,
I made a.
Ours
fucking
was
fortune.
airing at 10 o'clock on Sundays to where it was like, hey guys,
Mine was airing every time on every day. That's why it went away fast. But that's a good thing.
the 10 o'clock slot on Sunday nights. Yes, people
No,
are like,
I'm talking about me. I'm not talking about you. Who's the guest here? Hello.
well, look, I'm glad we can't even figure that out. It's fluid. Your poor daughter's like, am I going to ask a single question? You've heard that story before, right?
Yes, I have many times.
Do you like her husband?
I love her husband.
All right.
They're very similar.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are they related?
No.
That'd be awful. Disgusting. So it was like a match made in heaven
Hey.
when you met her future husband.
I didn't really know that it was a future husband because he was wearing a surgical mask.
We've been friends since high school.
And he used to come over in a surgical mask.
Yeah.
Oh, he has
OCD.
The things that are
Bad
similar
teeth?
are not.
Yeah.
I get it. He's British.
No, Alex. He's a music person.
He's
Can
a
I-
musician.
Is he a musician?
He did the music producer. He did the theme song to this podcast. So we don't have to pay for anything because we just get people to do us favors.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I had questions.
All right, go ahead. Let her rip.
Why did you stop doing your podcast was the question he was asking.
Thank you for asking. Next question. No,
Okay.
Ken and I, we were doing it during the pandemic, and we want to just be like, hey, let's screw around and talk about, because at that point there was no vaccines, and the information was coming out every day, and there was tons of information coming, and he's an actual doctor, even though, and I say this with all seriousness, he killed so many people and was thrown out of medicine. And so I was like, hey, what if he came up, his wife actually came up with the Darkest Timeline title, because that's from Community. And it's like, we can talk about that and we'll have a guest on, but mostly we'll talk about what's going on with the virus and what's the information coming out. Because it was every day, all day long. There was misinformation, but it was just, and so we were like, is this anecdotal?
So it was a public service. It was you were doing a public service, and you
really
feel the public doesn't need your service anymore? Is that
we both became very busy. I hope we can do it again. Maybe it was going well. So, but
this podcast came out of the pandemic.
The pandemic?
Yep.
Yeah. How did you decide to do it with your daughter?
I was me and her she wasn't allowing me to see her or her children, so I used to.
Was that related to the virus?
Yeah.
No. Just personal. I don't want to get so personal. That's not a story I don't want to tell. But I
know, but it's got a great ending, so I won't interrupt this one.
You're funny. You should do comedy.
I do.
Oh. So anyway, I forgot what the question was. So you're not doing the podcast now, but you're doing strictly cooking shows.
Well, I do. Yes, one for Fox called Crime Scene Kitchen,
and one for E,
called Celebrity Beef, which is celebrities just yelling at each other while cooking, and I yell at them.
Why didn't you ask him to be on it?
Yeah.
He's a celebrity.
There's an age limit.
Oh.
And there's a lot of sharp stuff, and there's like a hot stuff. And, he's too big of a name.
Oh, really?
Sorry, Cheryl Hines. Nice. Sorry, Rachel Harris.
But you just got picked up on Fox for the second season, right?
We did. We shot it.
It's already shot.
We shot it in March, and we weren't sure if we were going to get. We shot it too late for it to go in the summer, so they're rerunning the first season, and so I think it'll come out in January.
And has the E show been shot?
That has been shot and comes out this month. And then Stargirl was shot all year, and that comes out in late August.
And they made you a regular now, right? You were.
They did, yes.
Yes. So you were a reoccurring character.
I was in. Well, Jeff Johns, who's freaking genius, who created the show, asked if I would be in the pilot, and my character immediately dies. So it was really cool, and I got the super suit and all that stuff, and I literally was like, all right, that'll be that. And then that wasn't.
So it's like a soap opera. Because even though you die, you can still...
You can come back. But that's a lot of superhero stuff. But I get to work with Brett Bassinger and Luke Wilson and Amy Smart.
But on podcasting, that doesn't work. Like if you have somebody,
you can't die.
Well, you don't come back.
But you can't you can't if you die on your podcast.
Yes,
you die.
Or if you were on the podcast and then you die, they can't come back.
If you recorded a bunch of episodes ahead of time, then even after you die, you could still release episodes.
You could do that.
She understands the technology involved. I'm not involved.
So how many are you banking before you die? Do you think?
Every one of these is a bank before I die. We're going to die. You're going to die, right?
We'll see.
Really?
Maybe I'm the one. I got the Peter Pan syndrome.
Really? Didn't Peter Pan die?
Yes, horribly. Autoerotic asphyxiation.
Was Peter Pan in excess?
What are you talking? No, that's unrelated. No,
I've said this before.
No, Michael Huff.
No, he was on Kung Fu.
No, but Michael isn't the guy that the lead singer from In Excess? Isn't that how he died?
Yes, and so did Carradine.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've said this before,
I'm
but
on
I
a
feel
path
like
that I don't understand.
this is a good time to bring it up again. Do you know that Peter Pan
pressed juices?
No.
Roots One is one of my favorites. You know what else is great?
Peter Pan was really the bad guy. He was stealing children out of windows, and Captain Hook was trying to set them free.
Yeah. I mean, you could also take the movie Zero Dark 30 and go, it was just a man and his wives and family minding their own business, and then a bunch of guys broke into his home and shot him in the eye.
Okay.
Same thing. Peter Pan and Zero Dark 30.
All right, never mind.
I love
take
Zero
it back.
Dark 30.
Do you?
It's a good movie.
What's your favorite? You're a very good actor.
Thank you.
No, you are.
Watch The Bear on FX, guys. I have a small part, but it's a really good show.
Are you a regular on it?
No, I just came in for a moment, but it's a very good show, believe me.
No, I know. I've been hearing. I have not seen it, but
Yeah.
it's been getting.
Chris Storr wrote and directed. It's great.
Right. I love how you keep name dropping all the creators.
Well, they're my friends.
Are they, or are you looking
I
for
want
more work?
That's all I'm looking for. That's right. Steven Spielberg.
Brilliant.
He's brilliant. I mean, I think we can all say, isn't he great?
He is good.
He's really good.
I mean, I love 1941.
This is a weird episode, isn't it?
It really is.
What have we learned?
Well, we learned that you don't like to be interrupted talking about a story that you have.
Well, it's my life.
You know what's funny? He's the biggest interrupter, though. You interrupt everyone else.
I feel like it's more of a. This is more of a. An
On top of
intervention.
everything, like Howie, the
It's an
first time I got to
intervention.
know you was through St. Elsewhere, where you're a very good actor.
Yeah, I am a really good actor. I'm very talented. And
people don't know that as much as I think as they should.
well, they don't know. I'm very disarming because the other thing about it is I'm also a very funny comedian. Yet, when you're this good looking, sometimes that distracts. Like people aren't used to good looking
I think
people.
there's
being
like a
that
lot of
funny.
women that are into like large hairless babies. Like that look, you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
I think it's awesome. I don't know if he's insulted or he's happy. Is he? I feel like I steered into your joke.
You're making him sweat. Like, I don't think he knows where to go right now.
No, I'm not sweating. I love you. I love you, buddy.
I love you.
I
I've
think you're
always
really funny.
Look,
I have always wanted to work with you.
Why don't we?
I'm doing your podcast.
It's going great.
I think it is.
You know what else is great?
What?
Margarine. And I think that rolled gold pretzels go. All right,
Rolled gold
stop.
pretzels is you are the rolled
I am the rolled gold pretzel person
guy.
right now. Yeah.
And are they sponsoring? I didn't understand. Are they sponsoring your show too?
No, they are just giving away gold pieces during this for their anniversary.
Do I get one?
No, you're rich. And well, you have to find. You could play. Actually, you could win it.
You know what's
could
funny? My buddy, my producer friend here, who's been with me for 30 years, his name is Rich. And when I used to do a lot of the production and a lot of stuff out of my house, and my son Alex, who is he's got a model rescue
Bar rescue.
model.
He rescues models
Yes.
from what?
Just from their life, and then he nurses them back to health and then releases them back out into the wild.
Onto the runway.
Wherever they go, he just does that. That's what he does. So I remember
You think I'm disjointed?
So one time, Rich was at the house, and some beautiful girls came to the door to see Alex. And he answered the door and said, "Hi, I'm Rich." And they said, "We're here to see Alex." And then they went in and they go, "Your father is such an asshole. Why does he have to kind of tell us right at the door how well he's doing?"
Yeah, that's a baller move from Miles. That's pretty good.
I don't know what
Rich 10 years ago. Where was it?
That's Rich.
Yeah, we
Where'd
met
you
at
meet? Where'd you
Just
guys
for
meet?
Laughs 10 years ago.
JFL.
And at JFL backstage, and I remember you were really, really cool. Took a picture with you. You're so nice.
Oh, see,
He was buff back then too.
I was.
Oh,
not.
this isn't a new
Here's
thing?
what I did exercise more during the pandemic, and I have a torn meniscus in my knee, so I had to stop.
Isn't that the
running.
only place you can have a torn meniscus? Does a meniscus tear? You can't have it in your
Well,
shoulder.
like you didn't know where Turkmenistan was, so I had to
The
get.
meniscus is my wife had a meniscus tear, and we had to have surgery
You have a
Where did she have it?
in her knee
Yeah.
in Philadelphia.
It's a right orbital, strangely.
But that could be really. And she bent down. We were at the airport, and she bent down to get something out of a bag, and then her knee locked in that bent position. So when she stood up, the other leg stayed like that, and she was in horrible pain. But I thought she looked like a flamingo, and I was laughing because that one leg was up like a flamingo.
Was she carried onto the private jet, or did she make it out there onto the tarmac by herself?
You're acting like you don't. Do you not take a private jet?
Only if someone else pays for it.
Have you ever paid for a private jet?
Twice.
Okay, so then it's not only if somebody else pays for
Well,
it.
it wasn't like I'm just going. We're going to Hawaii, kids, and I'm splurging for the jet.
What was it?
It was like, you're working in Georgia or somewhere, and you have this gig, and I was like, the gig pays this much, so it'll be worth it to me. I can still make money if I put it.
I
towards
love
it.
how
there's
you're trying to
sometimes-
tell a story where you're playing down the fact that you have a.
It
Oh, no,
does make
believe
sense
me.
when you're touring, and I know this because I do your travel for you.
She does my travel.
Yeah, is if
Do you
you
pay her?
Yes.
I work for him. Yeah.
Do you pay well?
We're fine.
Okay.
It's fine.
Look, she's going to have your money
But
anyway.
I'm saying-
So you might as well.
Right, we just talked about it. I'm dying.
Yeah.
This is all yours, honey.
I'm saying that when you're touring and you're doing a lot of gigs, and sometimes you have shows one right after the other, and there's no way that you can make it, right? If you're taking a commercial.
And if you're making money that weekend or whatever, then it behooves.
And then
you.
it's a write-off.
It makes sense. But
So why am
I'm
I
go-
always on a train?
because you're afraid of flying.
Because you made me mad. Because when you
Oh.
make me mad, I put
It's
you
me,
on a train.
me, and the opening act is usually on Amtrak, and we do whistle stop tours.
So you should be nice to me.
Really?
I will.
That's
Yeah,
great.
It is.
You shoot buffalo out the back as well?
They don't allow firearms in the caboose.
Oh, I didn't realize they have changed that law.
Hmm.
But I don't. Yeah, like I don't play the gigs the same way. Like when the Soup was really going, the venues were much larger.
Yeah.
And now they're
Yeah.
much smaller. So, so
My
it's not the
venue
same.
is TikTok. That's it.
People make a lot of money doing that.
Oh, I'm making a fortune. A fortune.
That's great.
Yeah.
I have a TikTok account, but I've never actually made one.
Well, maybe during this or after this episode, we'll dance.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll find out what dance is
Is that what
trending.
you do? That's how
My
you.
dad's really good at TikToks.
I dance. I'm not. Don't say that.
Why not? Why can't she say that? I think that's perfectly fine.
Nope.
That you're
Anyway.
that she said. Oh wait, because she said you're a good dancer. That means
Yeah,
the
that she said I'm a good
yeah,
dancer.
he's a good dancer.
I'm a good dancer. Because if your daughter thinks you're a good dancer, you're probably not a good. Are you a good dancer?
No, I don't think so.
Do people? When I saw you live, you did a lot of your act had to do with the Soup. Do people still want to hear?
Not the way they used to.
Yeah.
I could just that was also it was a very unique situation where I could walk out on stage and go chicken tetrazzini and people would start cheering, but that does not happen now. Now I have to rely on just abusing the audience for half an hour and some material.
Do you like stand up? Is that what if you had your druthers and you were going to do? I don't even know what druthers are, but if you had those, what would you choose to do? If somebody said, "Go work tomorrow and do your favorite thing," would it be stand up? Hey, no.
Is that a druther?
No,
Is that what a druther is?
No.
No. He specifically said
is that a rabbit
he
dish?
doesn't want to bring it up. He specifically said he doesn't want to bring it up.
Who did that?
We'll edit that.
Okay. Anyway,
You have your anus prolapsed at some point? Did something happen? Was it during a TikTok dance?
We'll talk about it later.
anyway,
have to
if
put
you
it
had
back?
if you had your druthers tomorrow, and they said, you can go act in a television show, you can go host a show, or you can dance, or you can do stand up. What would you choose?
Wait, I have to choose one?
Yeah.
What is this magical world where they're making me choose?
It's the podcast.
But it's
we're
not
doing.
real.
What's
So-
your favorite?
I
Like rate them each on a scale of 1 to 10.
I want to do it all. I really do.
You don't like one more than the other. It's like children.
I do rank my kids, but I came here with I started hosting the Soup, which I enjoyed very much, and was
And it
told
was-
by many actor friends, well, that's it for you. You're just going to be a host.
Well,
You're-
bullshit.
You're
You
never
showed
going to be an
them.
actor again. And I was like, yeah, I'll show you, because Greg Kinnear.
Right.
So, boy, what I don't like is I don't like the travel now, because I like shooting
I'm with you.
Stargirl. I love
Isn't
when
that
I'm
in
on
Atlanta?
It's in Atlanta. Everything's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But shooting, and I've shot so many things there. So I like when I'm there doing it. I love it, and I really do so much. But I don't like being away from the family. So I've tried to get shows, like I had a short-lived sitcom on CBS, which was a skateboard away from my home. And so I was like, this is great. Canceled. But so that is the part that I'm not as excited about as I used to be. But I love, like being on a series like that.
You skateboard to work?
I would take a one wheel to work.
You can do that one wheel thing?
You can too. It's got that gyroscope in there.
Wait,
A
people,
unicycle?
it's a one wheel. It's got
Yeah,
the
look
big
up the one
thick,
wheel.
It's got the
Oh.
thick wheel.
It literally
you meant
has.
a unicycle.
Yeah, I was like juggling, and it was like 20 feet
Why
tall.
does that circus performer look
And they
familiar?
would surround and throw money at me.
But even you on the one wheel.
Look up the
didn't you
one wheel.
I know
Show
what it is.
'em.
We'll put
all right.
we'll put one up. We'll put one up. But
Oh no, put up the anus again. That's
no, put up the one wheel.
Put up one wheel prolapse.
There it
anus.
is.
Yeah, put a video there. See, it works great.
But you did people yell, "Hey, Joel!"
Well,
Like that's when one wheeling on the street. Oh, look at the one with the two.
I like
the
those.
sidewinder.
Yeah.
See that sidewinding circus?
what the hell? I've never seen that.
That's 2 wheels.
I like those.
Now I ride electric bikes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll put you in touch with Simon Cowell. Maybe you can show him a thing or two.
Now, who is he?
He is a young Englishman who works with me on America's Got. He broke his back on an electric bike.
Ooh.
Fell off. It would not,
Here's what I'll say about Simon Cowell. Met him a couple times.
Mhm.
Super nice.
Well, I won't tell him you said that.
Why can't I? Why?
I don't want to hurt his feelings. That's not the image he's going for.
I know it's not the image, but he like walked up. He's like, "Hey, man." Hey, I mean, I was like,
He's
"Oh,
probably a fan.
why is he a dick?"
No,
No, see, he's not.
he's the nicest guy in the world. He's
But
a
like
good
that's the
friend.
Don Rickles effect, right? Where
Right.
it's like the nicest man
Right.
you've ever met.
You know, I don't know that he was ever mean. I think he was the first guy on television, which was kind of refreshing, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah, he came and he said, "You know what? You're going to judge." And I am a record guy. He was that's what he was, an A&R guy. And he would go, "Listen, I'm not signing you because you sound like a cat that's dying." And that's
Right.
what people would say to us in you know.
I think that's why he's been television gold for so long.
Right. And
But you're
he's-
honest on the show too.
I am. It was hard. It was hard to be.
You're a liar in real life.
No, I just wanted everybody to like me. So I was so afraid that audience right there in the room.
Did you think? But it was because everyone loves Simon Cowell.
Simon Cowell wasn't on the show when I started.
Who Hasselhoff replaced Simon Cowell?
No, I replaced Hasselhoff.
Oh, okay. I'm getting all my replacement judges
It
mixed
was
up.
Nick Cannon, you.
Mhm.
Was it Mel?
No, Sharon Osbourne
Oh yeah.
and
Lovely person.
Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan.
Wow. And you've been there the entire time.
Not the entire time of the show. I joined in season 4 at season 17. Boy, I'm answering more questions than I ever have on any episode.
You've worked way more than me.
I
You're
know.
way more famous. You've been working for 45
I think
years.
we're kind of equal.
That is not true.
Don't you think?
You can't walk through a public place without people freaking out.
You
Can
can't.
you?
You can't
Yeah, all the time.
on a one wheel.
At an airport, it's rough.
Well, right
'Cause
now,
I'm going 30
right now,
miles
I
an
think
hour.
wearing the hat and that would make you. But I think if you take off the hat and you're just without sunglasses walking
Oh,
through.
I was doing a stand-up show. This one was in rural Michigan, Upper Peninsula,
Mhm.
and I was like talking to the audience. She's like, "Oh, she thought you were the guy from Wipeout,"
Wipeout.
and I was like, "Good show, but I'm not the Wipeout guy."
Who's the wipeout guy?
Well, they have two co-hosts. I mean, it's
No, I know,
changed.
but who did they think you were?
I always say that I'm Matthew Lillard, and some people believe me.
Oh, you do kind of look like Matthew.
Oh, you do. I know Matthew Lillard. But who hosts
This is
Wipeout?
good. Well, I think it switched to John Cena and.
They thought you were John Cena?
No,
So
it
you
was
really
Matt,
been working
Matt
out.
Eisman. They thought I was. Who's a
Matt Eisman?
super nice, super funny guy.
Yeah, I know Matt Eisman from. He's got a podcast.
I don't doubt that. And he hasn't invited me. What the
Everyone
fuck?
thinks that you're the cooking guy.
Michael Simon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I walk around in New York City and people come up. You know Michael Simon, the cook.
no.
Put that picture
He's a
up.
chef. Put Michael
Simon /
chef. He had a Michael Simon.
prolapsed anus.
No, stop that.
/ dead rabbit.
There he is, Michael Simon, American chef.
Oh, I can see that.
So
yeah.
I-
Yeah. He's a super nice guy.
Yeah, people come up to
He's
me
got
all the time.
He's muscular though.
You guys are like the
I'm
same.
not
You both do
muscular.
cooking shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people come up to me and they go, "Oh my God, I tried this show." He was on that show called The Chew, and they go,
Yeah.
"I love the souffle. I tried the souffle. Thank you so much." Our
But
whole
that's
fam-"
your opportunity to go to say like
What?
really racist stuff.
to get Michael
get
in trouble.
him
Well,
in
you could just get him in such trouble and be like,
I'm
well,
always embarrassed.
I'm
in
always
public.
hungry after I storm the Capitol. Like you could just start throwing him under the bus.
I love that you stormed the Capitol is a great line that you could tag on to at the end of any story.
It's in the zeitgeist, baby.
But you realize that this, as we tape this particular episode is not airing for 7.5 months.
I know this is going into a time capsule, so when you pass away, they're going to open it up, and then you will reap the benefits of this wonderful
episode.
golden age of
Of
podcasting. Like
We
those
should
little
hold it.
Dean
It'll do
Martin
better.
roasts.
What?
We should hold on to it.
It'll do better when I'm dead. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. Because there's going to be
She's such
there's
a
going to be a
sensitive daughter.
resurgence. You know, like on
this
Apple
would get
Music,
more
when
clicks
somebody
if I was
dies, then all their music gets played again.
Well, you can make that the clickbait. The episode that Howie once played when he passes away.
And now, what if this building caves in? Because I hear you like cut.
I don't like
corners.
talking about this.
You
That's
said
probably-
it!
I know, but then I felt bad about it. Then I got like this
Yeah,
weird feeling inside. I don't like it.
Well, then why did you bring it up?
You brought it up.
Well, yeah, but you really flushed it out.
I did.
Yeah.
I know. I went with it, but I don't like it now. I feel bad now.
Who
You
made
feel
the
bad.
boss?
You made him. You feel bad because you think you made him feel bad.
No, I feel bad because I don't even like talking about it.
Okay.
I don't like. Let's change the
Hey,
subject.
so what's going on?
Not much.
All right. Okay. Well then, great. We're good.
Jackie?
No.
No, I'm done.
Do we want to?
Done?
No,
So
I'm
wait.
done.
How did you get me
When
done?
does this
We're
air?
not
When
finished.
does this air?
Pardon me?
No, we don't know. We don't. When does this air?
When does this air? Oh,
Do
if
we
you're
have a
listening
plan?
to it or you're watching it on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
You're
this is
watching it
live?
now.
You were showing that Prolapse Anus live?
No,
my
stop
God!
saying
That was shown on the screen, and now I can't talk about it?
No.
no, because the person that put it up on the screen is
Is going to pass away.
Who did that?
who did it?
Who did it?
I love it.
Alex.
Are they going to blame it on Alex?
Alex.
What?
You know better.
Rich!
My son.
Who was it?
I think Rich did it.
Never mind. We're not putting it up
Why not?
because it shouldn't go up there.
It's a kid show. What's the problem?
We'll bleep. We'll bleep and cover it. I don't want to talk about. I made a mistake.
I don't think it was a mistake.
Oh, I think it was.
When is the last time you stood on stage in a theater or a club and told jokes?
Rich, when's the last time I was in I was on the road? And
Recently.
Yeah. Where? 2 weeks?
New England.
We were in New England a couple weeks ago, I think. Yeah, you were
2 weeks.
back up.
Okay.
A week.
How did it feel?
You know what? You're right. It felt good. The moments that I spent on stage, getting there is hell. Having to sleep in a hotel is hell. I'm afraid of COVID. So it's just being out there is not fun for
A lot
me.
of stress.
And then after each performance, I'm always concerned about what I said on stage that was not planned. And is anybody gonna? The internet is a tough place, and is something going to be taken out of context? And am I gonna get in trouble?
Of all the things to worry about, I don't think you should be worried about that. I understand. What got you in trouble recently? You just became Mel Brooks and Blazing Saddles. Like,
Oh my gosh! My goofball son, who I'm not thrilled with right now.
the model rejuvenator?
Yes.
Yes,
That's the same one. And bird saver. He saves birds.
Alex, what are you doing?
Well, Jackie was talking about how terrible you are at TikTok.
I actually said he was really good at TikTok.
Oh, and then someone said you weren't or whatever it was. And then I figured, you know what? You should talk about it. It's a clip that you say you screwed up. And
he wants it to go away.
Wait, you put on
it's
a
not going to
TikTok?
go away. It's the internet.
Yeah, it'll never go away, but
No.
I think you should celebrate
So
it.
understanding that, why would you put it up?
I told everyone here, don't show it. Just let them see it. And then you could either talk about it or you don't. Like you say, if you have something you have an idea for, we can always edit. This isn't live.
I
But
made
it's-
a mistake, but you're bringing up a.
He said it was live, that it's live on YouTube right now.
It's
No?
live on YouTube. I think you should talk about it and we could decide later.
I don't want to talk about. Talking about it is what got me in trouble.
Okay.
You posted a TikTok that came back to bite you, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Or somebody said, I didn't like that, and you responded to that person?
I didn't respond.
No.
I took it down.
He's been
It was an offensive
he has made it
dancing
very
TikTok?
clear that he does not want to respond or talk about it.
I'm always...
What part of that did you not understand? Sometimes you want things to. You know what? When I started in this business, if I made a mistake, it would go away.
Well, yeah,
And-
because
and
there
now
were
if I make a
silent
mistake-
movies back then, and no one...
Not that old.
Yeah, pretty old.
Anyway, I have some stuff that I've made some mistakes recently.
Tell me your least biggest mistake.
Least biggest mistake?
Like one that you don't want... I know
You're
there's
sitting
one-
beside her.
Oh.
Oh, that's so sad.
No, At least you're not the least
But
mistake.
how am I a mistake at all?
It's like
You're
that Sheryl
not.
Crow
You're not.
song.
I'm sorry.
Favorite mistake.
I'm sorry. Favorite mistake is what I meant. It's bad. Now you're making me make mistakes about what things that I'm saying.
This is not a
This is going-
mistake.
This is going
No,
awry.
this is what?
This nothing is awry.
It's
so
a
what?
challah.
So you said
Jewish.
you've made multiple mistakes recently.
No, I said I made a big mistake recently,
Oh, all right.
and on the internet.
You posted a TikTok that was problematic.
Yes.
Okay. And does anybody talk about it now?
What is this conversation?
No. Because it became a thing here in this room with the people with all these white people you employ, right? So,
Oh my god.
there's a couple of.
Oh my god.
There's like two. There's like one half Irish dude. So,
Who's half Irish?
Who's half Irish?
I think we all know the guy with the hair.
Top of the morning to you.
The guy with the Hawaiian shirt. But that's why he gave you the no. So, but as you know, these things go away very quickly, especially if they're not a big deal.
And more especially when they're not spoken about.
Or when you put it in the light.
No,
and
this
then-
should not be in the light anymore.
What the hell did you do in this dance? That was it the prolapsed anus dance? Wait, did you put that in a TikTok? That is so great. Is that true? That's amazing. That's amazing.
Is this staying in? Is this staying
This is not that. I feel like it's not that controversial. Is it?
Go on the internet. You by yourself after this. You go search the
I can't
internet.
touch his phone.
No, not his.
Okay,
Don't you
here's
have
what I
a
want to say. I usually am relatively aware of things that are happening. Okay?
Not today.
But this is the first time I've ever heard of this.
Okay.
Good.
So, guys, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Okay.
When you don't talk about it.
This is the problem. This is like saying, Grandma, she had been a prostitute until she met your grandpa. And be like, well, it's fun, and let's talk about it. Let's bring it out.
Do you have a grandparent that was a prostitute?
Yeah, all of them. How do you think they met?
All right. Do you want to plug anything?
Yeah, I want to plug that anus. I want to get that back inside there.
On that note,
Bam. Howie, how do you think
celebrity-
this? How do you think this went?
I think it's gone. Celebrity.
Wait, will
beef?
you edit a lot out of this?
I don't know. We're gonna talk right now.
Does Howie have the other side where you guys stand in there and he paces around screaming at you?
He doesn't scream. He never screams.
Ask Rich.
Oh, well.
Here's why I know that. Here's why I know that Howie must be a good employer, because the culture and the feeling around here is very light.
Uh-huh.
Rich has been with you for how many years? 30. Since Rich was 51. And so that's a good sign that the turnover is not bad at all.
Can we not use the word turnover?
Why not?
I don't know.
A hot apple turnover is
That's
wonderful.
not what it was. All right. On that note, do you want to plug Celebrity Beef
Yeah.
on E?
Celebrity Beef on E.
And
Definitely watch it at the end of the month. And then we got Stargirl coming out
Where
on.
can we see your dates, too?
Oh, I guess joelmchale.com.
we could see all that.
Yeah, Ken and I are doing a show at a theater in Hollywood. I thought it was the Kodak.
Okay,
It's not
don't
the
tell them specifically because let them find it. That's part of the
Kodak. Yeah,
joy.
we're doing a few shows together. So
Stand up.
Yeah,
Who goes on first?
usually me, but now we're kind of blending everything.
How do you blend who goes on first? You just go on together?
You'll see. Well, we're figuring those things out as we speak.
Wow.
How we're gonna do it.
It's like Steve Martin and Marty Short did that.
Yeah, boy, and they did it very well.
They did.
Did
well.
you see their posters at different?
No.
It's so great because it shows two young photos of them, and then it just says, "Wait, do you see what they look like now?" With a big
Oh, that's
exclamation point. It's
That's
pretty
funny.
great. Pretty great.
That's funny. Anyway,
Are you happy with this podcast?
I think I am.
Are you? Did I scare you?
No,
All right, so you're happy.
I'm happy. I think this was a really good podcast. It's probably I don't know how much is going to be
You
edited,
telling the
but
truth?
I am.
I think he's questioning right now. He's
No,
thinking,
I'm not.
No, it was a good podcast. You're questioning whether or not you want to edit stuff out.
Okay.
So just in case, this has been a great 6 minutes.
I like a short podcast. This is great.
It's just
so many
enough.
of them go on forever.
Leave them wanting more.
Yeah.
Okay, no more.
That is it. Good night, everybody. Make sure you drink pressed juices. Pressed for your pleasure.